Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing episode 3 of our wellness series. I really hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 and episode 2. I think they are crucial steps in actually getting the ball rolling. So today we're going to get started on something I call self-forgiveness. So this is an actual act, and I feel like people don't spend enough time on this, and instead they go through their entire lives just carrying all this luggage. So today we're just going to get into that and see how we can make your load lighter, and I have some awesome exercises that we're going to try in order for us to actually do this in the moment. As adult human beings, at this moment in all of our lives, we've all faced rejection, we've all faced some kind of abuse, we've all faced disappointment, and we've all faced like one failure or the other. So what does it look like in real life? So let's assume everyone is flat. So this is basically where we start off. Let's say like early teens. Then you face your first heartbreak. That's something that you remember for the rest of your life. Face another heartbreak, let's say a high school boyfriend. Then you face an actual adult relationship heartbreak there. And I'm using heartbreaks just so that you can understand the severity. Neglect as a child. Then maybe you get rejected from university. And then you get in university but you don't finish. And then you suddenly face an actual failure, and then you get rejected from something else as an adult. And then something else happens. Woo! So this is you throughout your life, throughout your adult life, or this is who you are currently. This is who you are when you wake up, because of how many things you carry with you because of the type of experience that it was in your life. So now you are like this, but you somehow still expect to be normal and to interact normally with other people. So how can we do that if this is who we are? And the answer is that you can't, because how... Obviously, as part of this series, we are talking about internal health. So obviously there are things that are outside of our control, but what we're going to be working on today is literally the things that the way you choose to view certain things from the inside. So what happens when you don't forgive? Exactly the way that I demonstrated. You keep on packing on everything that you need to carry. And I'm not talking about external forgiveness. Like, I'm not talking about going to a person that really angered you, really disappointed you, and actually telling them that they owe you an apology or you need to apologize to them. Doesn't matter. What we are trying to work on is forgiving yourself. So there's a few things that you need to go into when you want to forgive yourself. Number one, we don't ever assign any responsibility to ourselves if someone else hurts us. And I think that if someone else hurts you, you put yourself in a position for them to hurt you. And we do that voluntarily without even actually thinking about it. So let's take an example of a friend. If your friend hurts you in a way that you never thought was even possible, you try talking to them, they don't see it as or they don't take it as personally as you taking it. I think the best way to move forward from that is actually assign the responsibility to yourself so that you can be in a position to do actual forgiveness. You are the one that made yourself vulnerable to your friend. It's the same thing that can happen in a relationship. When you get married to someone, you put yourself in a position to fully trust a person. That's the type of thing that we do because we are humans. So if you choose to love someone, you choose to avail yourself to be hurt by them. I know it sounds harsh, but it's the truth, it's the reality. So self-forgiveness starts with you forgiving yourself for putting yourself in that position. Most people spend their entire life being super angry, but if you really look at it, you put yourself in a position to be hurt by that person. We don't have to go around blindly trusting people. The people that we trust are people who we decided that we're going to trust them. So when they are disloyal to you or they break your heart, why do we immediately want them to apologize to us? because then you're taking away your own power and giving it to them. That's why you spend so much time looking for closure, because you're thinking that it's something that they possess, but in actual fact it's something that you possess. You need to stop, assess, how did I get here? And you'll find that most of the time it's you are the one that decided, hey, let me trust this person because I love them. I feel like most times you can forgive yourself all you want, but if you continue allowing that person into your space, which is something that we dealt with in episode 2, if you continue allowing that person into your space, you are repeatedly putting yourself in a position to be hurt by them. So everything is choice based, everything. Another thing about relationships is that we are human, therefore we are sacrificial. We make so many sacrifices for people, and then when they don't do the same for us, we feel extremely rejected by them. The sacrifice was within your own power. You chose to sacrifice. So should you blame yourself? No. What you should do is start a process of forgiveness, because you'll find that when you made that particular sacrifice, you were more than willing to do it, right? Out of love, because you wanted to. So now you can't look back, blame yourself for all the sacrifices that you've made. What you need to do now is either forgive yourself that you made the sacrifice, or forgive yourself that your sacrifice did not bring in any reward. I just feel like at this time in our adult lives, we're carrying so much. Sometimes you can just go through life just as a broken person, and then you just want to break everyone around you, and that is not okay. I know lots of people who do that. Just because something didn't work out for them, they want to stand in someone else's way, just spreading their negativity around because they don't know what to do with it. It's something that they wake up with, they go to bed with. It's just always there, staring them in the face. And I always think, if you could just forgive yourself, you can get rid of this burden and you can move on knowing full well that there's nothing that you could have done, or you've done everything you possibly could. And sometimes you can resent someone else for having the freedom to do that, because people who are subconsciously emotional, they tend to be the ones that carry. But someone else who is way more ruthless than you will have zero late nights about it, while you are carrying the burden of whatever it is that happened. There are people who feel no guilt, like zero. Then there's the other side of the population who feel everything, and that's who I'm talking to right now. So I feel like this is how I can help, because it's a process that I have done myself. So how do we get this done? Number one, you need to face yourself. And I think this is the hardest thing for most people. You don't want to look in the mirror and actually admit that you messed up. Actually admit that you are sorry to yourself because of the fact that the decision that you made didn't have the intended result. So you need to face yourself. Name it by name. I wish I did not do that. Or, I'm sorry that I put me or us in that position, because look now what happened. But we learned from it and we're going to move on. Most of the time, because someone else hurt us, we want them to acknowledge their wrongdoing to us. But I know that it can be very automatic, but what if you don't get it? What if the person never apologizes? Recently, I was watching that show. I can't say the name, but it's on Moja Love. Girl pregnant with guy's child said that the guy didn't want to apologize that he cheated on her. I mean, I totally get what she means, but she is giving him all the power, all of it. Clearly that guy didn't want to have a baby. He just wanted to get what he needed from her, and she put herself in a position to be in a relationship with that guy. And I feel like I was never in this situation, so I don't know the background, but you can tell that he is just not serious about being in a relationship. He wants to explore as much of himself as he possibly can. You can even see that through the screen. So I don't know what they said to each other, but I felt bad for her when she said that he didn't even apologize. Based on the way he looked, he doesn't want to apologize because in his mind he did nothing wrong. There's lots of ways to move on from a situation, but I think that one particular thing that I feel strongly about is that we should stop putting the power of certain things in our lives in the hands of other people. They're not responsible for you. You are responsible for yourself. So whatever it is that you can control, and I mean like emotional turmoil, after you've gone through the process of literally looking yourself in the mirror, accepting responsibility, and just accepting the situation for what it is, I feel like everything starts coming back to you because you're able to look back and be like, wow, okay, I am the one that did that. So I'm not gonna regret that I did that because I did that out of love. But next time I know that, okay, this is a sacrifice I'm willing to make, and this is a sacrifice I'm not willing to make, unless you find someone that is way different than the person that you are with. Because I'm not promoting that people stop trusting others completely. I'm not saying that. I just want us to take more responsibility of the positions that we put ourselves in, because we are the ones that decided to do so. Alright, so that's the end of our discussion about self-forgiveness. I really hope that this helped somebody, because of the fact that I really want people just to be lighter and to just go through life with, you know, with peace in their heart, a beat in their step, because of the fact that life is hard with external factors, but internally it doesn't need to look like the chaos that is our planet right now. So I really hope that you guys learn from this. Let me know in the comments if it's something that you can relate to, and yeah, I would really love it if we can start a conversation so that we can see if this is something that is going to help you or help others. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.